I think the internet wants a currency and wants a native currency, and I think Bitcoin is probably the best manifestation of that thus far. And I can't see that changing given all the people who want the same thing and want to build it for that potential.
All right, for more on this, let's bring in Jeffrey Tucker. He's the editorial director at the American Institute for Economic Research and joins us from Great Barrington, Massachusetts. Jeffrey, great to have you on the program with us again. What's driving investors to cryptocurrencies now? Is it the pandemic? Is it a better understanding of what they are? Or is it fear of missing out?
Fear of missing out always plays a role in these kinds of markets for sure. But there's more fundamental factors here. I mean, the lockdowns have had a devastating impact on world travel and world trade. People are looking at the crypto markets and saying, wow, here's something that really seems to work. It was not disrupted during the pandemic lockdowns at all, and that's very impressive. It was also long overdue for a run up. I mean, Bitcoin was, after the last 2017 run up, was basically boring for 3 years. You know, just kind of up and down from $10,000. And I think at some point, you can look at the patterns, the price patterns of these things, dating back 11 years, and see, okay, it's time. You know, it's time for a move. And we've seen this before in the winter months. The other moves happened during exactly this season too. There's also the fact that there is a need out there right now for a hedge against inflation. Central banks around the world have gone absolutely out of their minds, crazy. There's real inflation fears out there. And as good as gold is as an inflation hedge, it's not electronic and it's not as fungible and portable as cryptocurrencies are. So that's also a factor. And then, as you mentioned, institutional investors have finally figured out that this is a reliable store of value and a way of transferring value. And so it's becoming more and more mainstream.
So clearly rumors of Bitcoin's death have been greatly exaggerated. I think it's been predicted hundreds of times that Bitcoin was gone. But do you think it's fair to call it a safe haven now? Do you think that's a bit premature?
I've been saying it's a safe haven since 2013, so I don't think so. I began to notice a patterns in which the Bitcoin was being treated as a kind of digital gold all the way back then. So, but listen, you will be hearing about the death of Bitcoin again. There will be another crash. I don't know if it happens once we achieve a new top at 20K and then it falls back down to 14K, something like that, or if we're going to move all the way to 30 and then fall back to M17. But one way or the other, we're going to do the same thing we've done in the past, which is like 3 steps forward and then 2 steps back. It's happened again and again and again. So yeah, I would say probably come this spring, maybe this summer, maybe earlier than that, we'll see a big crash and all the world media will be proclaiming once again the death of Bitcoin. They said it when it fell from $30 back to $16, when it fell from $1,000 to $300. It just kind of keeps happening over and over and over again. So if you're getting into these markets, you really need to think about getting into them for the long term and, turn off the apps on your phones that give you price alerts, so you can at least sleep at night and be prepared that you might be getting in at the top of the market. I mean, this happened in 2017. It was very sad for me because, there's a big hysteria right now about Bitcoin and people are going out and buying and spending a bunch of money in their ATMs because ATMs are all over the place now. And people may find themselves a little bit feeling poorer than they used to be in a couple of months. So if you're gonna move into the markets, you gotta think about holding for the long term. I'm not sure how much time I have left, but I do want to mention the fact that the major use case for Bitcoin right now is these international remittances. This is a major way that people are getting their money to families around the world who are suffering under government policies right now. This is a major use case. So it's not just about speculative investment. It's not just about storing asset value. It's really about the capacity, the ability to transport value internationally during times of crisis.
All right, and we're going to leave it there. Definitely in for the long haul, though. Jeffrey Tucker, thank you so much for your time.